It's the Playhouse Podcast with Kat and JJ.
Can't believe it. I missed everything.
Miss the show?
What am I going to do?
Check out the Daily Podcast.
Hey, welcome to our podcast. A lot of the fun stuff that we did Wednesday morning all gets recapped here, including if you have twins, are they sleeping in the same crib, or is there any reason to even separate these twins? You've got to hear this discussion coming up in a couple of seconds. Here we go.
There's a big secret. A secret that is worth $1,000. The Secret Sound with Kat and JJ.
All right, bonus guesses this morning at the Secret Sound. We start with caller number 1 that got through. It's our old buddy Norland. Hi, Norland. How you doing, bud?
Good.
What's new in your life?
One day at a time, same old, same old.
All right, brother. Got $1,000.
You sound different, Norland. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just sitting here in my work truck.
Oh, got it.
He's trying to be incognito. Listen close, Norland. That's our first secret sound of the spring, and you get a guess right now. What is that, man?
It sounds like when you're adding those refillable coffee Keurig cup things
Yeah.
to your coffee maker.
Gotcha. You're putting in a new Keurig coffee cup. Guys, is that right? No, apparently not. You're not right, Norland. Good guess, though, man. I hope you have a great day at work. How's Nick doing this morning? Nick?
Doing well.
Okay, good. I didn't know if we were bothering you. What do you got going on right now? Are you sitting in your work truck as well?
Yes, I'm driving to work in my work
Oh,
truck.
my God. Look at this. All right, we got a theme going. Nick, here's the secret sound, bro. For $1,000, can you tell us what that is?
Is it taking the back off of a remote?
Like taking the back off a remote control.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You're talking like a TV remote?
Yeah.
What would lead you to believe that?
The hint that Kat gave yesterday, like 5 times around her house, I figured that might have like 5 TVs in your house.
I'd be rich.
Is this, guys, taking the back off a remote control for $1,000?
It's been days.
For $1,000, you hammered it right away.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
We're going to have to do a tougher one for this next round.
I think
Wow.
that was a tough one until Kat gave the big hint, but you were listening closely. It pays off, man. You got $1,000.
Congratulations.
Oh, my God.
So I
Thanks,
was
guys.
watching a Netflix show last night, and I had my little Roku remote, and I kept doing it. I'm like, oh, my God, people are going to get that because it does sound exactly like
The
it.
secret sound is just simply fiddling with the back of a remote control, and it paid off $1,000, Nick.
Fantastic.
You got to have some kind of plans with this money, right?
Yeah, I think I'm going to buy a new golf driver.
This is my spirit animal. All right, man. You play a lot of golf?
Yeah, pretty good amount.
Okay. And are you good?
No, I'm
Okay.
terrible.
Well, you're about to be a hell of a lot better now, man. Congratulations. That's $1,000,
Dang.
Nick.
Good work.
Hang on a
you.
second. We will debut the new secret sound coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. So if everybody wants to kind of hang around for that, we'll get you a first listen at our next secret sound for another $1,000 coming up during the 8 o'clock hour. So hang tight. We'll get you your money. Just don't move, okay?
All right, perfect.
Well done, man.
Coming up next.
Up next with Kat and JJ.
Boy, that hint was super valuable. $1,000 for Nick. This secret sound was just taking the back off the remote control. Easy enough.
We've got email.
This email came in from Matt Monday night, and I said, let's get to it today. He says, my wife has been getting calls from 800 numbers and 866 numbers all day, every day. She'll quick swipe and ignore them. They're for sure collectors. I asked her who they are. She said they're spam. Don't worry about it. She was in the shower one day last week, and it was the Bank of Omaha needing a payment. She's the banker of our family. Are we in more trouble than I even knew? How can I find out? Her name is on literally everything. So when it comes to like financial deception, that is such a huge deal for for me.
If she's doing it intentionally, she might just be trying to get out of quicksand here. You know what I mean? Like, this is probably embarrassing for her.
But it's also like, what is a partnership if you can't share with them some of the stresses that you're going through? And if you can't, I mean, something has to be done, because she could have talked to him about this a long time ago, and two heads are better than one. He could have said, let's tighten the belt. Let's tighten things up. How about we focus on this? It's nice to know that you have a partner in it, you know?
She clearly doesn't want him to know. Otherwise, she wouldn't be keeping this a secret.
I would hate to think that she's opening up all of these credit cards and running up such a huge amount.
It's easy to do, though.
On things that they don't need. That would make me sick. So
she might be robbing Peter to pay Paul here, though. You know what I mean? Like, just trying to stay above water until tax return comes around,
And we've all been there. We've all been there, but credit cards make it worse. They make it 100 times worse. So just to open one, just to afford little things that you don't need, not worth it. But to keep it from your significant other, what would you advise Matt to do?
Can you recap this email from Dan here real quick?
It's from Matt.
Or Matt, sorry, Matt.
Yeah, Matt had said, my wife has been getting calls from 800 numbers, 866 numbers all day. Every day she'll quick swipe and ignore them. For sure they're collectors. I asked her who it is. She said they're spam. Don't worry about it. When she was in the shower, I answered it was the Bank of Omaha needing a payment. She's the banker of our family. Are we in more trouble than I even knew? How can I find out? Her name is on everything. And back to when I said partnership is everything, Matt is writing the playhouse before asking his wife.
I'm sure he knows she's going to be embarrassed. And it's one of those things that people sometimes just get super defensive. And really, I'm sure his only concern is resolution here, not necessarily who's at fault, because everybody makes these kind of mistakes. We all overspend on something. So my question is, if you've been through this, like, what's the good next move? Hey, Dee, how you doing? Good. We appreciate you calling the show. Have you been through something like this?
Still kind of going through it. For a few months, I noticed that my husband was receiving the same calls and just acting really weird. And I finally just started digging, and he was opening credit cards, had payday loans. And so I have basically just taken over everything to try and get the debt gone, and to find out why he can't share the information. Part of my deal is that he needs to have therapy to find out why he's so insecure with sharing this with me.
So do you know what he's spending money on? Because JJ made a good point where he's like, what if she's just in quicksand and she's like borrowing from Peter to pay Paul, trying to pay off these loans, not buying dumb things like outfits or nails and stuff like that. Like, what is your husband buying?
Dumb stuff.
Dumb stuff.
So he thinks you have more money than you really do, and he thinks you're going to find a way out.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's a big collector of sports memorabilia, and so.
Yeah, I get it. How long do you think, now that you're in charge, how long until, I mean, this is like a couple years payoff, or you think you're going to get it down this year? What do you think?
The forecast I have right now is by December it should all be paid off.
Okay.
But we're going to be really broke for the rest of the year.
I like that. I like that you've thought far enough ahead as to there's a problem here and we should get somebody that can help us sort it out. So you turn to, probably somebody a little bit more skilled. And
how does he feel about therapy?
He hasn't called to make the appointment, so I think it might be a little battle, but
well, it's something that somebody doesn't want to do. They're not going to be in a rush to make sure that it happens. Some people just drag their heels. Maybe it's something as a wife, sometimes we have to just book those appointments. So maybe you just say Tuesday, 9:00, be there.
If you book it, though, he's going to have a reason to not go, isn't he?
I think if I book it, he would go.
Okay,
it's
good.
just the act of admitting and taking the steps to fix the problem.
That's why they say that's the first step. So,
he's definitely shown a lot of embarrassment, and so I'm just trying to be kind and understanding, but also firm. Like, you're going to be on an allowance. This is like this is how it's going to be, and it's going to be rough for you for a little bit, but I'm going to teach you.
I'm so glad you took these steps. Like, you didn't light him up, you didn't embarrass him, you didn't
leave
scream at him. Yeah, you didn't say you got to get a third job to make up this money. You're like, we'll figure it out together. But in
also,
the meantime,
this is like, for me, I don't know about you. Did you say this is like a one and done? You don't ever want to be in this position again. Like, does he know that?
Oh,
like
for
what's
sure.
on the line? Okay, that's good.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. But he's required to pick up extra hours at work to help pay it off. And I've picked up some side work as well. So we'll get it done. But
I really think in this situation, you did absolutely the best thing. I mean, you're not making it a finger pointing thing. You're just saying, here's what it is. We need to make sure it doesn't happen again. We'll get through this together. I think you're doing this all right. Kudos to you.
Thank you.
Hey, really appreciate you sharing this morning. I think this might help out. I hope you have a great morning.
You too. Bye-bye.
I mean, that was
a
it. Like,
very
that was
strong marriage. That's a marriage. That's a partnership. When you can both go through something really hard like that, and then you're like, we're going to come together. We are going to handle something that you did. As long as I know for the rest of my life, I don't ever have to have this conversation again.
like, what a smart, mature way to handle that. I heard somebody say at a restaurant we were having dinner last night, and just kind of like when the volume hits low and you can hear everybody. And she goes, I will never date somebody who drinks again, but I'm looking for a guy that does edibles or smokes every day instead. And you can tell this girl had been kind of frustrated with her daily life or dating life. And so
I wonder why she wants someone that smokes every day.
Well,
why would you want someone that
I think there's a
every day?
chill factor to it. And it sounded like I was trying to eavesdrop as much as I could, but it sounded like she had her share of drunk guys that she had dated. And I get that. So I posed the question, and I threw it up on social media, getting a crazy response to this. Would you date someone who smokes pot or eats cannabis edibles daily? And I said, why or why not? Now, if you were back in the dating world, would you?
I mean, I would never advertise that that's what I'm looking for.
But let's say you start dating him and you realize that after a long day at work, he'll break a chunk off a brownie and chill with you. Would that be a problem?
Listen, I don't have a problem with that stuff. The only issue with me is that if that is what you need to calm down, then I would want someone that can mentally handle stress. Personally, I don't want someone to be like, I just had a stressful day at work. Every single day is a stressful day at work and doesn't know how to handle it. Or like, I don't want to come home to a crazy house full of kids. It stresses me out, but I need some weed to make me feel better. I want someone to be able to mentally be strong and be there with me without needing that.
That's fair.
So that's what I would prefer. I would never advertise for that.
Some of the responses, Wendy had said better than dating a drunk. Amy said it's better than, dating an alcoholic as well. Definitely not, says Valerie, if that's your thing. I think she's along the same lines as you. It's fine if you're on vacation or if you're on a Saturday, but every day is a red flag. My favorite response is from Nicole, who said, low-key watching the comments to see if anyone likes hippie chicks who smoke indica every day.
There you go. So listen, if both of you partake and that is what you do and it doesn't really affect anybody else's life, like your children, then whatever, that's your life. If you're like dinks and you have no kids and you just smoke weed after work, that will affect me in no way.
Heather's
so I don't care.
Yeah, we have the best snacks.
Okay.
Amanda said, I married that person. Doesn't bother me at all. So if you're single, would you date somebody who smokes up every day or has a little bit of edible every day? The reaction for these Morgan Wallen tickets we're giving away is borderline ridiculous, and we're going to give you more of them right when we open up the show Thursday at 6:05. So enjoy the rest of the podcast and set an alarm to be up with us at 6:05 Thursday morning on KCLD, and let's wrap it up.
So neither of us have twins. I have my cousin has twin daughters, and then my other cousin, he has a son and a daughter that are twins. So we don't have like too many running around. I don't have a lot of run-ins with them, but my friend had twins.
Run-ins like they're criminals.
But she had twins 5 months ago, and her husband and his mom are now really pushing hard for her to not let them sleep together in the same crib.
Why?
That's what I said. I said they were just inside you together very intimately for 8.5
I think
months.
that would be more comforting for little babies to be around somebody else that you got that same vibe with.
I do not agree with separating twins when they sleep.
Are they the same sex?
Yeah,
Okay. Then,
boys.
Boy, I
And she
wouldn't
has
even
the
think about
cutest-
separating them. I keep them together as long as possible.
Yeah, she has the cutest videos of them. She has like the hall or the wall mounted monitor, and she'll watch, and like they'll be separated in the middle of the night, like one at one end, and then one will get up and just find his way to the other one.
They have an
and they'll
unwritten,
cuddle.
unverbal bond that you'll probably never understand.
No, they'll sleep nose to nose. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen for two people to be connected like that. And then to have it's not your mother-in-law's decision. I think that is really weird when people butt in like that. You should really get another crib and have the baby sleep in the other crib. I think it's super unnatural.
Unless there's some kind of research that would back this up, I can't see a reason why you'd want to split up your twins.
That is what I told her. I go, you need to stand firm. I know your husband is saying...
Is he a real mama's boy? He'll do whatever mom says.
I don't know him very well.
But if I had to guess.
But if I would guess, she
on
should
a national platform,
leave him.
if I had to shame him in any way, I was...
He's been nice. I've only met him a couple of times, but I know her very well. And I don't know. I just said, do what you do. You're the mom. I know dad's opinions matter, but for something so trivial like this, shut up. Shush.
I would just think that they would comfort each other so much.
Yes. And then they'll handle themselves, And one time, the nookie fell out of the other one's mouth.
And he gave it to him.
And he gave it to him. Oh, my God. I was mush.
I would be curious if anybody out there has twins and you did the two separate cribs thing. Was there a reason for it? I could see if one was maybe colicky and was kind of keeping the other one up. But, I mean, if they're kind of coexisting in a good little spot, I can't see any reason to pull them apart.
I cannot either. And I guess I've never seen twins at hospitals. Do they separate them into their own little crib container, or do they keep them together?
Oh, I would mash them together.
Yeah.
Even if it was like foot to foot.
How nasty to take them away from each other. They've been inside for so long together, holding each other. And then all of a sudden you're like, no, never again.
I bet you it was the first one out. He's like, I have spent way too much time confined with this other guy. Give me space.
Bingo! How fun!
Last week, someone lost an eye at bingo.
Bingo!
Bingo what bingo? Bingo!
Bingo works this way. We are each on the hunt. Kat and I are looking for somebody listening who
has overheard something that maybe they should not have. This man eavesdrops on the phone. This woman butt dials him, and she was mortified to find out that he had listened to her for 10 minutes.
This guy told me, oh, you accidentally butt dialed me. And I was like, oh, my bad, sorry. And then he's like, you're really into that guy, huh? And I'm like, what? And then I realized he was on the call for 10 minutes. He sat there and listened to me. I've never felt like this before. I really like this guy. We be getting after him.
You ever had that happen where you actually listened to a butt dial for a long time?
So I did. My mother-in-law, my mom, they're allergic to pressing the red button when a conversation is done. They just go, okay, bye. And then they put the phone down on the counter. They expect it to hang up. It's a little disturbing. I have to tell them, you guys have to hang up the phone. You never know what they're saying, and my mother-in-law, she likes to talk to herself a lot. And so I try to hang up right away because I'm like, I don't know what I'm about to hear. But yeah, I would be the one to listen.
I'm looking this morning for anyone listening who has turned fast food into a career. So my senior in high school son, we're like, dude, you got to start working on getting a job this summer. And so he got a job as a bartender and a server.
Oh, good.
And he said to me yesterday, he's like, I'm so glad I didn't have to get a job at McDonald's. And I'm like, I don't think you understand the value in working fast food. I think it teaches you a work ethic. You got to be on time. You got to do your job. It's not as horrible as people make it sound. I worked at Hardee's for a while.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that bad of a job.
So when you brought this up for your bingo, I Googled how much like a McDonald's manager in the U.S. generally earns, about $85,000 annually.
And rightfully so, because I'm thinking that the tough part of that is dealing with the amount of teenagers that are coming and going, not showing up stoned, whatever the deal is.
Scheduling, ordering food, making sure that you have enough. If you have that ice cream machine that does work, that's a big deal. So,
and Kim called right away. Which one do you fit, Kim?
I fit yours, JJ.
The fast food one. So you made fast food a career. Tell us about it.
Well, I've made cooking my career. My sister, Joanne, she is actually about to be running the McDonald's in Foley. She's made a career out of it as well. Food service has just been one of those things in our family that we've all kind of, taken our little road down.
How long has she been with McDonald's to become a manager?
She's been with McDonald's for almost over 10 years now.
If she had to say the toughest thing about managing a McDonald's, what would she say? Like, give us some insight.
It would probably be the characters that they have to hire.
Okay.
The young kids.
Yeah.
She got put at Foley McDonald's because the crew was so bad. They were running all over the manager there. They were fighting. So they brought her in to turn it around, and she's completely flipped that McDonald's around. The crew is on target now. She just got flown to Hamburglar College in Chicago.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at that.
We were doing so well.
Oh, they still call it Hamburglar College.
Hamburglar College. That is so funny.
It is so great. Yeah.
Good morning. It's Kat and JJ.
So I was listening to this audio from this guy, and as you get older, there are certain things that you realize, like he's middle-aged.
I'm at a weird age right now where I could be with you or your mama. I could be your man or I could be your stepdaddy. I give you a baby or I could give you a brother. You better watch how you speak to me.
Better watch it. What is the strangest thing about being middle-aged?
It's when you hit a point where you just go, everyone else is middle-aged, and I don't really care about what I look like in public anymore.
Yeah.
That hits hard. I don't know why. And maybe it's just a relaxed, like, I don't have anyone to impress. I've already got a wife and a family and stuff like that. But I think I can only speak for middle-aged men, I guess. But I think most middle-aged men just go, I'm clothed. I'm not being obscene.
I have clothes
comfortable.
On. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, I find myself falling into that too. I almost wore sweatpants to the store the other day.
Yeah, but
like,
you have nice sweatpants.
No,
you have Viore sweatpants.
That's different. You're wearing Viore pants or wearing Fabletics or something like that. Lululemon, completely different than my like workout sweatpants.
Yeah.
The ones that like, I got to do some gardening and it's cold. Well, I'm going to get down on my knees in these. Like, I almost left the house in those. And then when you start seeing guys like at a restaurant wearing slippers, like that is the biggest sign of middle age. And it's just, and then I don't shave every day. And I used to shave every day. And now I'm just like, whenever I get around to it. Like, there are things like that used to be a prerequisite to going out in public that just fade away.
But it is kind of a blessing to not worry as much about what other people think about you. But what I've noticed about middle age, like hearing and saying things that my parents said to me, it's a trip. When I say stuff like, oh, the days are so long, but the years are short. I'm like, oh my God, my mom used to say that all the time. Or like, where did the time go? I remember when they were just in second grade and now they're going to be driving soon. I say stuff like that. And it bugs me out. Also appreciating just like things like a nice cup of tea. I've gotten to that point. I still feel like I'm pretty fly. Like, I do. I'm much cooler than you. I'm up on all the pop culture stuff. But like, I'm not a 1940s 40-year-old. You're basically dead back then. But now.
We're only living to be 60, though.
40's like the new 20. I'm getting my boobs done. Who dat? So I really can't fall for this like middle-aged crisis.
There's less pressure when you're middle-aged, too, usually. Because most of the time, you got your life together, probably. You got a career, a home, a family. I mean, that's most of the people. And you just kind of, now, listen, now, if you hit my age and your life was a mess, like you don't have like a constant income, you don't know where your life is headed, like you got nobody around you, that to me would be super stressful.
I agree with you. Like seeing the people that have to go back to work when they're in their 70s because maybe they didn't have a 401k or save or anything like that. I feel for them. I don't know if they didn't have the guidance or whatever, but to have the financial security, I think it also makes you feel like you can let your guard down a little bit more.
Middle age gets hard when you're stressing constantly about something. When you're actually like, hey, I put my ducks in a row and things are working out the plan and I kind of stayed the course, then I think obviously the stress is off and you get to enjoy it a little bit more. But I definitely, the older I've got, the more I enjoy every day. You know what I mean? I enjoy everything that's going on in my day. I can enjoy just playing with the dog, or I can enjoy, like, coaching used to be a little stressful for me because kids are just, they're tough to get through to, you know what I mean? And some kids are just uncoachable. And now I'm just like, all right, whatever, you be an idiot. I'll move on to the next guy. And so to me, it's just, I got so much that's water off a duck's back when I get to my age.
Yeah, it's a good spot to be in. And then it's also a strange spot. So what is the strange thing about if you're in that middle-aged area that you're noticing?